coming up. A battle of the Hunter Public School finals as Scone scores a win. Meanwhile, South Newcastle's finals hopes in the Newcastle Rugby League hand by Fred. Also, the Newcastle Knights score a win in the Jersey Flag Cup and move into second spot after downing the St. George Illawarra Dragons. That's coming up next. Good afternoon, my name's Conklin McLeod with NBN's local sports news. This afternoon, Scone Public School defeats Warrianda with a 28-10 victory in a battle of the Hunter Public School in a Classic Shield Grand Final. South Newcastle defeated by Lakes United in the Newcastle Rugby League. And the Knights Jersey Flag Cup side moves to second after their win over the St. George Illawarra Dragons. But first, though, Scone Public School are premiers after securing a 28-10 win over the Warrianda Public School. It was just fantastic for Scone, who was just too strong, as it was a battle of the Hunter public schools. And of course, Warrianda was the first public school to go through to the finals after they took down Rutherford with a 16-0 win. Then Scone was the second one to quickly go through after they took down the Junction 20 points to 16. Then finally, in a grand final, Scone took Warrianda down 28-10. South Newcastle's dreams of having their finals hopes are hanging by a thread briefly after they suffered a heavy loss to Lakes United in the Newcastle Rugby League. It was tough for South Newcastle, who went down. So too did the Curry Bulldogs in a heavy defeat. In round 13 of the Hunter Rugby Union, Merewether Carlton secured a win over the Wanderers. Meanwhile, Hamilton have quickly gotten back from the dead to secure a 46-13 win over the Southern Beaches, while Nelson Bay have secured a win over Singleton, and the University of Newcastle have secured a win over Maitland. The Newcastle Knights Jersey Flag Cup side have moved to second following their 24-16 win over the St. George Illawarra Dragons on Friday at McDonald Jones Stadium. It was fantastic for the Knights, whose finals hopes are now alive, and will have all the results in tomorrow night's news. After the break, we'll have the results in the NBL 1 East competition.
And the reason that we're here today is just because of you. This is our town. It's here that we're born and bred. We've been through the rough times, been through the tough times, know about the good times ahead. We know how to do it your way. Build it up in your own hometown. Make it grow with the people you know, people who won't let you down. We know where you're going, and we wanna go with you. Wanna keep it growing, wanna keep it going, and we know where you're going to. This is our town. It's here that we're born and bred. Wanna see you growing, wanna see you going, wanna keep you moving ahead. This is our town. It belongs to you and me. And the Newcastle permanent is our society. Hey, this is our town. This is our town.
Wake up in the morning, gotta get my paper, 'cause the Herald is the best way to start your day.
Return to rugby league, and in the Group 21 competition, Denman has defeated Greta Brankston 22 points to 18, while Muswellbrook has edged Aberdeen 44 to 28. And Scone has beaten Singleton 62 to 0. Despite losing last night, the North Stars are hoping to beat the Brave with a win and knock them out of the top of the ladder. And also, if they do that, the North Stars are hoping to go back on top of it with a victory. Still on the North Stars, and of course, their players have been appointed captains for the Australian hockey team, and also it's part of the games. To Newcastle, returning to hockey, and in the Newcastle competition, both the Regals and Central and Norah Head both had a 1-1 draw, while Gosford and the Oxfords both beated their rivals, Souths and the Tigers, with 3-0 victories. Meanwhile, to Newcastle Junior Men's Hockey's A-grade Round 10 competition, and Norths have secured a 5-0 win over the Tigers, and Maitland defeated West 2-0. Finally, to the NBL 1 East, and the Newcastle Falcons women were just too strong for the Central Coast Crusaders. It was just massive for the Falcons, who were just too good. And of course, the Maitland Mustangs also had a victory as well in the men's competition.
Gets it into Nicole Hutchins, goes all the way in.
Going off to the Central Coast is what the Newcastle Falcons certainly had to do. That, of course, was to face off against their rivals, the Central Coast Crusaders, who were from Gosford, while the Newcastle Falcons were from Broadmeadow. But also, the Falcons led by 2. They were on 20 to 18.
Salutes the crowd. Miller with a big three.
Before the home side were leading by 24 to 23. Then the Falcons quickly had a slam dunk back to lead 26 to 24.
Gets past Hutchins, finishes with the left hand. Dives in, kicks it off. There's a 3-point
Now
attempt,
the
no
Falcons were on 28 to 24.
McLean. Munga, just ferocious. Evans. Top
Now
of the key. Johnny Whitworth's got
36
her.
to 31.
Evans tries to go baseline, but Whitworth's up to the task. But Hutchins grabs her on the arm as Evans is too strong. She gets it to Munga.
Now
Back to Evans.
42
Evans goes left,
to
tries to
33.
step in with a scoop. She does. Up and under. Beautiful move by Chira Evans, who puts it away. Munga comes up
Then
with the rebound.
52
Nicole
to 40.
goes strong. Foy for another three-point attempt is good. Emily McLean.
Now
Is guarded by
the
Miller.
Falcons 57, the Central Coast 40.
Says, oh, Chira Evans with a three-point bomb.
As Evans quickly
for three. Too
scored,
strong.
it was just
There's
massive.
McLean with the follow. Munga lets it go with a three-point bomb from the top of the key. Cuts the
And it
lead.
certainly was.
18.
It was a 3-point
There's Munga.
slam dunk.
Is guarded by Miller up top. Kate Kingham launches for three. Kate Kingham. Oh, just
It
beautiful.
was a
looking
fight
shot.
back and a comeback
Matthews tries
for
to
the
find a crossover.
Falcons,
Gets Whitworth. Fitzgerald for three. Kyla!
who were just too good for their rivals
hello.
right throughout the
To
game.
Fernandez. Aura. Fernandez Aura inside to Kingham with the left hand. Oh, beautiful lay-in by Kate Kingham. The left wing.
As
Into
Newcastle
Foy. He's come
led,
back on. Foy with a beautiful
the
post
Central
move,
Coast were
left
trying to
hand,
do
puts it in.
everything, but it was all
Through
too
the
late.
legs.
Newcastle
We saw
led
the bench come on
75
for
to
the Falcons.
50.
Great pass in there from Kingham, and that into Crossing.
As the Falcons
Taylor Thomas
returned
for three.
back to an
No good.
undefeated winning streak.
Ralph, and they'll dribble it out.
That's
And a
how it
comprehensive
stayed though,
performance by the visitors, Newcastle Falcons.
as
solidify their
Newcastle
fourth
won
placing on the NBL
85 to 53. Meanwhile, the other game was also a success, as the Maitland Mustangs headed off to Albury to take on the home side, Albury Wodonga.
Steals it back, reverse layup, and the foul.
Time on the plastic chairs.
As Maitland secured a fight back and a comeback.
And slingshots that in.
Cranston Lown back across.
Maitland led
the
57 to
Top of the perimeter.
53,
Gets a screen by Watson against Guam now. Inside the paint, goes to work off the glass.
as Maitland had to secure one of the
Gray
best
to respond
victories
at the
of
other
all,
end. Would have been a huge
right in
play.
the
How's that
fourth
from
and
Edwards?
final quarter.
To Parsons inside for Clifford.
And their bench has played well again tonight. Interact from
Everyone thought it was all over, but they were wrong.
So we need it.
And of course,
Shot clock.
Watch out.
He has it around to the left.
the
Steps
home
to
side
lane,
tried to
opens up a
fight
bigger
back,
lane off the
but it was
glass. It's
too
good as
late.
well. We're back to
The
7
Mustangs knew exactly what to do. Make it their day.
Moment for Lloyd there. Well done, Milburn. Worked it beautifully amongst a couple of defenders to land the 2 points. Watson.
And of course, the Mustangs are of course in red,
Underneath the back
while Albury are in black.
for Daniel Milburn.
And of
The
course,
ability to score and score
it was the
quickly for
Mustangs'
some of our
day,
standards. Cranston Lowndes been
as they scored
outstanding
plenty of
tonight.
slam
And that
dunks.
sums up his display.
He's been dishing them off. This time gets the finish.
Crack for three and gets it. They're still alive, but every time you think they're dead, the
That's
home
how
team
it stayed,
responds
though.
with a big bucket.
Got the job done.
Tuam. Inside Saunders, reverse layup is good. He's had a really good night, Saunders. 29
As there was a
points,
whole
leads
lot
all
more to
scorers
come,
now. Final play of
but
the
it was
game,
not to
7
be,
points the margin. Carter
as the
loses it.
Mustangs
It's where we
won
will end at
94 to
87-94.
87.
It's been a
Of course, that's your local sports news for this Sunday. My name's Colin Glenn McLeod from all of us here. Good night.